Hey, how's it going, everyone? Garcia here with a special portfolio update. So, we have broken the $300,000 mark. In this video, I'll break down the portfolio, show you the moves that I made today, share some of the posts from Twitter, and give the shout outs at the very end. So, a year ago, I set a goal for December 2024 to reach $150,000 in the portfolio. At the time, I had around 61,000. So to double that goal, and the year's not even over yet, I mean, I'm eternally grateful. So let's get on with the update. Today, looks like it went up 3% in the traditional IRA. And year to date and all time, we're up 236%. The buying power is at $44, and this is the state of this portfolio here. So just Rocket Lab and MSTX. And here is the total percent change. Oh, the holdings there. So we're basically up 50% on those covered calls on Rocket Lab. I mean, they were very conservative at $29, and we're up 88% on the shares, and we're basically flat on MSTX. So just waiting for MicroStrategy to do its thing. In the Roth IRA, we're up 3% as well. And year to date and all time, we're up 238%. Yeah, 238%. Going back to December 22nd of last year. Buying power still at $300. And here is the breakdown. So the equity, we have Rocket Lab, MSTX, and a little bit of Upsellera. And here is the total percent change. So we're up on the covered calls on Rocket Lab as well. And we're up 68% on Rocket Lab here, flat or down 4% on MSTX, and we're up 8% on Upsellera. And yeah, it's felt pretty good, doing these updates on a daily basis. Like it's getting my thoughts together at the end of the day. And I'm glad people, find value in it. And I am glad you guys are, coming along the way. So I do appreciate that. Hit the like button, leave a comment down below. Let me know what it is that you've been investing in this year. It's very interesting to hear your guys' thoughts as well. So on the big account is the one that moved today because of Palantir. This account was up 6% today and up 1.3% overnight. So overall, we're up 7.3% today. And that overnight move is what pushed it above the $300,000 mark. So in the past 3 months, we're up 92%. Year to date, 278%. In the past year as well. And all time, we're up 193%. Going back to August 2nd of 2021. I mean, this was the state of the portfolio here. So, yeah, back in September, we had 60,000. So we deposited around 20,000 more throughout this time period here. We added just deposits, here and there. It kind of increases. Oh man, so let's check out the positions here. This is the equity that we currently have. So as you can see on the bottom, it's basically all Palantir, mostly Palantir in this portfolio. 193,000 in Palantir and 80,000 in Rocket Lab. So here, let's go to just today's return. I mean, look at that, it's 14 grand on Palantir. And just to check out the today's return, and this is the difference. You guys should go back maybe a couple videos when I had the $60 covered calls on Palantir. When you go over today's move or today's return, you would notice that Palantir would be up, let's say 10,000, for example, or 5,000 on a regular day. It would be up 5,000, and the covered call would be down 4,500, 4,600, basically negating 90% of that move. So whatever I gained in the shares here at the bottom, I would give it back on the covered call because it was deep in the money. Now look what happens when the covered call is way out of the money. When the delta is what's the delta here? 0.13. So meaning that the covered call is basically taking about 13% of the move. Whereas on the flip side, it was like a 90% delta. So out of this $14,000 move, the $100 covered calls negated around 1,400 of it. And that, I mean, I'm totally fine with that. Let's check out the post from Twitter today. Let's see. Oh, and just to give a thank you to everyone who's, going to comment and, thinking, just leaving a comment. Thank you guys. I am going to refrain from responding to anyone just because there are so many people responding right now that I will feel guilty / obligated to not respond to everyone. So, everyone here on this list, everyone here who has responded, thank you guys. I do appreciate your guys' support. It was just, I really just started this because I noticed a lot of finance accounts on Twitter. They're sharing their ideas, or they're kind of giving stock advice or stock tips, or charging for Patreons and Discords and all that. And yet they weren't being transparent at all when it came to showing, well, what their return was, how are they doing year to date. And I thought to myself before making this account, I was like, well, it must be very risky to show your account, or there must be a reason why nobody does it. And turns out, as long as you kind of keep your password secure, you have your what is it called, 2-factor authentication, and you don't show your passwords or your emails and all that, you should be pretty safe. So I kind of realized that a lot of the people, and I'm not really calling anyone out, it's more of if the shoe fits kind of thing, but I have noticed that there are people who do it because they want to give the impression that they're doing a lot better than they are. So then they could charge people to pay them, on a monthly basis for advice or tips and be a part of a community. So I kind of wanted to show people that you can do it without having to pay for that. This is what it's like on a day-to-day basis. This is what my portfolio, these are the gyrations that my portfolio goes through on a day-to-day basis. So you kind of have something that you can kind of just look at as a, not even as a reference. I don't want you guys to make moves off of what I'm doing, but just that, I guess, as not even an example. I guess I'm not even sure what word it would be, but an example that you wouldn't follow. Who knows? Anyway, let's go to some of the posts from Twitter. Here, started off with this one here. So earlier this year, Palantir was at $17, not selling. Today, at 73, not selling. I should have labeled this so it could have been a little bit clearer, but we're not going to be selling at 77, at 78. I did trim a couple shares, but I'm not going to be selling out of my position entirely. Earlier today, Palantir was at $75 at a $171 billion market cap. And this is more as a dig for the value investors who are kind of grabbing the Intelligent Investor book and throwing it in the trash as a dig for Palantir's valuation. So just as a response to that. Palantir covered calls right now. I know, I find these gifs so funny. But that's really what it felt like having deep in the money covered calls. Like, seriously, like it was just, it does feel shitty, like when the stock is doing great and then your covered calls are absolutely getting crushed. So I am going to be playing it a lot safer, especially as this bull run heats up. And in general, this bull run is getting stronger and stronger. And that's one of the dudes. Dividend dude. Do you know what's funnier than $75 Palantir? 76. Hey, I sold Palantir at $25 because you said it was overvalued. Now it's 76. The furu. Oh well, I don't care. this guy really didn't know what he was talking about. And well, yeah, so this is what it closed at 3 o'clock. At 3, is it 3 o'clock? Yeah, 3 o'clock. Yeah, 298,500. So it looks like Palantir just made that move just after hours just to get it to 300,000. And check this out. Anduril and Palantir Tech are partnering together. This is the partnership that everyone has been waiting for. I mean, it was obvious that it was going to happen, but nobody knew when. It's one of those partnerships that's just kind of like peanut butter and jelly. Like, it's just like, I can't think of like another company that I want to invest in more than Palantir Rocket Lab. Like, I want to have money invested in Anduril. Like, I hope they go public via direct public offering. I hope they do. If they do, they will seriously have a day one investor with me. So here it is. Another day, another partnership deepens. Hell yeah. And it looks like that's gonna be it, guys. So yeah, so thank you guys for joining me on this wild ride so far this year. You know, everyone on this list, you know, hey, there's Natalie, Amit, TJ, Cantonese Cat, Danny, Jess, Midwest, Dex, Chaos, Mark, Zocold, Kelly, June, Michael Wilder, Sam Solid, Chris, Out of the Money, Bob, Investor DFS, Wolf, Steve to Bacon, ETF, FaceTime Home, Dallas, Prince, Abel, Doug, James, Slugger, RLG, Carla, Carlo, Spec, Iceman, 444, Lionheart, Infinite Cat Vids, Heidi, Chels, Zero F Scave, Ayo TSST, Keenan, Rakeen, Tyga, EDM, or Edmund, Edmund Granbear, Disney, L2A, Hertzy, Robin Hood Junkie. I don't usually say them individually, but this was a special update, and I do want to individually give you guys a shout out for, you know, for just being a part of this, you know, this little community that's kind of growing here. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys' time. And yeah, the road to $1 million has just begun. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys on Monday.